Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So I go by the Blue Light Oracle, and today I'm going to be doing a fun reading. This reading's going to be part of a series. How long it goes, I have no idea, but my intention is to just bring in a little bit of light. There's lots of readings that have serious messages which are fantastic, but we also need to have fun. And the last reading I did, the have fun card came up, and I was like, yes, I know, I do need to do and continue this kind of fun reading because I haven't done one in a long time. So my intention today is to do a pick a pile, and this is going to be from the birth of this role-playing or RPG, anime, whatever you want to call it, kind of character, this video game style character. So we're going to see what you'd pick at the start. I will say you can pick multiple if you like, of course, but this is going to be really your essence as a child or your early years, let's say, up until, let's say, about 5 years old. We'll go with up to 5 years old. I'll do this like 0 to 5 years. Fictional character. So we're going to pull some cards from the anime tarot. We'll see what comes through. So we've got pile one. I'm going to keep this consistent. There's always going to be 4 piles, each kind of segment. And I'll try to do one every week. Okay. And last pile, right. Okay, so let's take a look at the piles. So pile 1, you have the 9 of Cups. Pile number 2, you have the Justice card. Pile number 3, you have the Queen of Swords. Okay, and pile number 4, you have the Devil card. Very interesting. These cards are very interesting to me. That's kind of how I was thinking about doing this kind of reading, and in future, which kind of paths you can take. So feel free to take some time with the cards. This is fun, but still your intuition can be your guidance here, or just go by the cards and whatever speaks to you. But you've got pile 1 here with the 9 of Cups, pile 2 with Justice, pile 3 with the Queen of Swords, and pile 4 with the Devil. So next I will be doing some shuffling, and you can come along there and we can just talk about anything that's coming up or how I'm going to be doing the future of this kind of let's say segment season, and then maybe some of the future. But otherwise, trust your intuition, pick as many piles as that call out to you, and I will see you in your reading. Hello everyone! So this is going to be the shuffling portion of this video. Now my intention is to use the Sacred Destiny as like, let's say Destiny Path, kind of first early years. And then the other oracle cards here are going to be your upbringing. And then here we have some tarot cards, and they're going to be what kind of skills you have, kind of your base stats, if you want to say, like in a game, your base foundation stats, level 1, level 0, whatever, kind of statistics, and how you're going to use those in the future. And then we'll see what the rest of your life is going to be like. So this will be quite interesting. I'm excited about this. This is obviously fun, but I do have intentions in this. I have got guides here guiding this, so it's very interesting. Some of this might even play off into your real life, but it is intended to be for fun. Very interesting, the Devil coming out, even the first card coming out with the 9 of Cups, It just makes me think of celebrations and, a time to get what you deserve. So interesting to see what kind of life that will bring. Yeah, so upbringing with these cards, they do get read reversed and upright. The Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom cards that I'm using here do have both, so I'm going to take into consideration both, but also which side they fall on is important as well. Okay. And these will be the base stats. So I feel like I'm going to pull two and then another one for this pile. So two of these cards. Oh, okay, well, if this helps you pick pile two, pile three, got the 10 of water or the 10 of cups. Just leaping out. I believe just one of these. Yeah, I'm just getting one of these. I feel that's correct. This one's getting two. I try to separate them, they won't come apart. Alright, so that is the end of the shuffling. So feel free to skip below, will be your piles. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I didn't actually talk about anything really in regards to how I want the future cards to be, but I think I need to spend some time and really nut it out and get like the correct way of how I want it to look or how I want it to be. Like I said, it doesn't have to be serious, but I really want this to be an enjoyable, fun kind of experience. So like I said, take your time, see which one calls out to you, and then go to your pile. Hello, pile number one. So you have chosen today the Nine of Cups. A very interesting Nine of Cups, because Nine of Cups is always about dreams coming true. I feel like your birth, if you pick this pile, this character, or if you want to say you, let's say your birth was blessed and destined and also wished for by your family. Maybe they've been trying for a child and they're getting that. So if you weren't here for the for the shuffling, this is how I'm going to word it, I guess. So this card here will be your kind of destiny from birth, or your kind of at least for the first 5 years. This will be how your family life is, and these will be your skills, your statistics, that kind of thing. So we've got wisdom, intelligence. So you're going to be learning a lot. Babies learn a lot as well, growing up, of course. However, you're really going to be looking into you're going to be raised differently. There's going to be very interesting kind of experiences. I'm feeling like arcane, kind of magical kind of experiences. Even this mermaid underwater isn't like a typical mermaid. It's like an ethereal, spirit-like mermaid. You're going to be learning lots of new things. Maybe you are from like, Atlantis kind of feeling under the water. Little Mermaid's kind of coming up in here. Okay, so your parents. Oh, they've got your eternal spirit, higher self, sacred intuition. Yeah, they're very intelligent too. This is some powerful kind of energy coming through for you. No wonder you were blessed with this. I still feel like, though, they really wanted this. They might be these higher beings, but it's very difficult to have a child. So that's why you were such a blessing. You also have inspired, yes. They're going to inspire you, even at a very young age, to learn a lot. You're going to have so much knowledge in this life. Just in the first formative 5 years, you've got very smart, intelligent, inspiring parents that have very kind of set goals, but also have enough leeway to let you be you and grow. But they're going to give you a huge amount of opportunities in this life. So, wow, already. So, what about your statistics? What are your base stats? You have the Five of Pentacles, which talks about negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fears surrounding money, reach out to others for assistance, poor timing to become self-employed. I feel like with this card already, it's like you're going to be very specialized in particular areas, but some lacking. So maybe more mystical, more magical kind of areas, but some of the 3D stuff, there's going to be some challenges in there. Also, though, because you're learning so much about, say, spiritual side, magical side of life, you're going to make some mistakes. Even in the early years, the base stats are going to be quite low for you. I feel like you're going to start very low statistic wise with this card just coming out straight away. Because it's kind of feeling like you're going to have huge opportunities to grow quickly, but you're going to start at like maybe 0. So like when you create a character in a video game, you get to pick, certain stats, minus some here, minus plus some there. It's going to be very low. It's going to be like a 1 across the board instead of maybe other people 5s across the boards. Yeah, still quite low. So we've got the 3 of Swords. There's going to be some trouble. You have these kind of ethereal beings, but now it's just feeling like with this, even though it's statistics, maybe something's going to happen to someone. To get you here was a blessing, but it also cost. There was a sacrifice here. Some kind of sacrifice. There was like some kind of ritual had to be done to have you, but there was some loss here to get you here. So this is Azrael's here as well, with great sadness that will heal with time, let go of the past, personal growth that comes from challenges, healing misunderstandings, being there for those in need. Yeah, you're going to grow very quickly, even from a very early age. It's like we're going through the years, and when you get to like 4, maybe 5, there's going to be some kind of loss, maybe of a parent or caregiver or something like that. Teacher, inspirational teacher. Doesn't mean it's going to stop you. It's just going to be challenging, even in the very early part of your life. Yes, and then we've got the 10 of Wands. So yeah, very, very harsh kind of beginning, very challenging. Look at all these challenges, but these challenges is the reason why you're growing so quickly in this particular RPG life. So hard, very hard, maybe low stats at the start, but huge potential. It's like you have a potential or opening to really improve stats, that kind of thing. By dealing with a lot of loss, a lot of challenges. Maybe they spent a lot of their kind of magical energy, finances, whatever you want to call it, in bringing you into this life. And it's exactly what they wanted, but it did take some life off them, or some time, or so much off them that it led to them. I don't feel like they have passed. I feel like if they have, they're kind of like a guide for you straight away, if that makes sense. Maybe this can be turned into a video game, but that's how it kind of feels. It's like they passed, but they're not actually gone. They're still there. They're just not in their physical form. But you know that they're there. You can see them. But it's not like you'll see them for a little bit. You're going to see them for the rest of your life. So they're still going to be there for you. It just is hard, of course. And there's going to be many challenges all the way up, all the way up through this early start of your life. You're going to start quite low stat though. That's immediately how it felt, just low stat. Yeah, a lot of challenges, but huge potential in your character building abilities. So that is how I see your formative years, your 0 to 5 years old kind of years. So if you did enjoy this, make sure you stick around for the next video that will come out in a week. I'll try to do this weekly. It is coming up to uh, season holidays, so we'll see. But next week, definitely. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe as well, so you don't miss one of these readings. I'll try to put them into like a mix so they all get put into one, because I'll be doing other readings in between. Just in case if you're not interested in those, or if you are, feel free to look at those as well. But thank you very much for being there. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Hi, pile number 2. So today you have chosen Justice. Very interesting card to start off with for a formative or younger being. So this is from 0 to 5. This is how I've intentioned this life, and then the next videos will grow from there. So these cards here will be your statistics. These cards here will be your upbringing, and here will be your kind of destiny for these first 5 years. So you have abundance, riches, all that you need in this life, in the early years, all that you want, all that you need and desire, you have got. And it's going to be done in a fair way. This is like what's right. Okay, so your upbringing, you've got journey guide, travel, change in location. Yeah, straight away, I just realized you'll be moving around a lot. Like a traveling merchant's family, you're going to be the baby there, and then growing to there, I can see like a 3-year-old still traveling through like deserts and other roads that lead to certain cities and places like that. Okay, so maybe you will be learning stuff on the road, but you're not going to have any formal education, I'm going to say. With unaware on this side and insight on this side. Unaware, though, is really standing out for me. You're going to, it's kind of like street knowledge over academic knowledge, let's say. So while you get to travel the world and experience insane, magical kind of life in your early years, which is going to bring huge amounts of different, say, abundance, like wisdom, but wisdom from meeting new people, seeing your parents interact with different people, that kind of thing. There's no time to stop and go to like formal education. That's how I kind of feel with this. So your parents will teach you what they believe is correct. I do feel like they're traveling merchants in some way. Just with this, it just like, even though they're scales and scales can be used for anything, I just feel like it's like putting certain things on to weigh how much money or how much gold things are worth. That's what's kind of coming through. Okay, what about your statistics? Okay, straight away with the 6 of Earth with this one, I feel like you are a giving person. Your family, while they do travel and it's about making sure they have the right things for you with the Justice card, I feel like they're good people as well. They give. They're not just traveling to, make some money, make a huge amount of money and then just leave people high and dry. That is not what they're there for. They're there to like kind of travel and improve the area with also making money for themselves and keeping you in a safe, happy environment. So you're going to learn that. You're going to get like kind of high skills in loyalty and charisma, that kind of thing, in dealing with people, happiness. That's kind of how I feel with this. So much worldly knowledge. Okay, with the page here, page of air, I feel like you will be also educated. You're not the only child for sure. I feel like this is like a brother or a sister or whoever. an older sibling that's also there to help you learn. So while you might not get the formal education, you're getting worldly knowledge through challenges, like this is talking about intellectual challenges, brilliant insight. So yeah, while you might in the early days learn just what's around you and not have, when I say formal education from 3, I'm talking about like kindergarten and like first year at primary school, kind of that kind of education. Makes sense. We've got the 6 of Swords. So again, more traveling. So your stats are really in endurance, I feel. Endurance and intelligence, even though it might seem that you're kind of unaware in certain aspects, you will be early on, but you're going to learn a lot, so much by traveling and being on the road. Feel like you're in a, like, I know this is a wheelchair, but I feel like you're in a cart, like almost like a chariot, but not a chariot, like a cart is what I'm seeing. And this is the traveling part, but it's also through rough waters, so it's like endurance. Oh, right, that makes sense why I saw a person traveling in the desert. It's like endurance, your resilience, your resistance, because you're going into different places, you have high immunity as well. So there's like high immunity skills, high charisma, dealing with people, intelligence is high. Doesn't look like a hugely magical kind of life, but it is magic by experiencing the world, right? That's the magic in this life. You don't have to throw fireballs out of your hand to have magic in your life. Having what you need and the great, I feel like really fantastic parents. Maybe some of them are kind of don't know everything, or not. I wouldn't want to say uneducated, but they know what they know and they know what they need to survive. So they're doing the best they can, but you're still getting everything you can from wherever you've learned. Like, I feel like your sibling is also learning certain things in this area, in the travels as well. They might be even learning more than what their parents are. They know what their parents know. They've learnt that as well, kind of like you are in these formative years. But they've also looked around, met new people, and learnt new things. Maybe through challenges as well, dealing with shady people or challenging people or not nice, let's say, people in different cities and towns and countries. But still, they've learnt that and they're teaching you so you don't have to go through those experiences. So they're very caring and they're there to help you transform. So this is what I see for your formative years, part number 2. So thank you very much for being here. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these readings. I will be labeling them, 1, 2, that kind of thing. But if you are subscribed, it'll make sure you don't miss out on any. This is the first one, and every week I'll try to bring out a new video in regards to this. But if I don't, keep an eye out because there will be some kind of videos coming out. But other than that, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi, pile number 3. So you have chosen the Queen of Swords, and a very interesting Queen of Swords because she is holding someone's head. So we're going to see what your character or your child, like baby kind of life is in this particular RPG today. So these cards here will be your statistics and talk about your personality, your growth. These will be your upbringing, so your family. And here is going to be your destiny. So just the destiny for not the entire life, but destiny for the whole 5 years. So you've got patience. Interesting. Let's take a look at the rest of the cards here. So your family. Oh, you've got abandoned. On the flip side, there is belonging. This is going to be a challenging life, I can already see it. Going to be learning stuff through doing stuff in the background or being patient. Like, I know it just says patience, but that's going to be your kind of life, is to know when to speak, know when to say what you need to say, and then observing for the rest of it. You also have Archangel Phanuel reversed, which is interesting, but I'm going to flip it up just to keep in line with the reading. I'll have a little quick look at the book as well, just to see what Phanuel means reversed. But we've got hope, optimism, new beginnings. So there is a little bit of hope, but I feel like reversed, it's going to be rough. We'll have a look in a minute. Actually, no, we're going to have a look now. Yeah, so reversed is talking about kind of hopeless feeling, upset, loss, frustration, especially it's like longing. I feel like your parents are not really so much around in this particular life. I feel like they haven't fully abandoned you though. They are there. They just are busy or focused on what they're doing. They're not really kind of looking after you in a way. It's like they're focusing on what they want to focus on. You're just there because they kind of needed an heir, let's say, or someone to be around, or a child so that they can, I don't know, they thought that maybe improve their relationship or something like that. Doesn't sound fantastic, but that is kind of how it's feeling, especially with Phanuel being reversed. So I'm going to flip him back upside down because I feel like that's correct. So let's have a look at your statistics though. So you do have the Ten of Cups. I feel like you're going to be straight away emotionally very strong because you've had to deal with this at such an early age. You are, even though it's like talking about happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional content, you are actually content in this life. So maybe you have a very interesting, let's say, personality, or you're coming in kind of detached already from expecting anything from the world or your family. So you're very much in this kind of awaiting way, but you know to be like this. You know to be ready for to take action when it needs to happen, to take the throne, let's say, when it needs to happen. You're just observing for now, getting your details, even as such a young baby. It's like you understand, you already knew that this kind of life was going to be like this, so it's very interesting so far. You have the Ace of Wands, which is interesting because it's talking about amazing opportunities, bold, courageous, optimistic. Yeah, like you still have a good outlook on life, even though you're kind of in a rough patch with these parents, these kind of difficult family members. This is why the Queen of Swords has that head, because it's like they almost don't care so much. But you are doing your own thing. You've got your own friends, let's say, whether they be familiars, pets, that kind of thing. You've got some magical beings around you, and you're working your magic. You're also kind of detached from them. You're kind of okay being detached, even at such an early age. I feel like this is near the not end of your life, but end of the 5 years. It's like understanding where you belong, being patient, and starting to maybe in secret learn some stuff. I feel like there are some people around you though that are helping you through all this. So you still have good people, good beings around you. You do have good people around you. They're just not your parents. Okay, and we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is interesting because this Eight of Pentacles is a wasp who's keeping the nest clean, clear, and also understanding where they belong in each place. So I feel like your skills, you have some innate ability inside to be able to work magic, let's say. You get along with people, just not so much your family. Not so much your direct family. You have family, you have this, and they've taught you like emotional growth and that kind of thing, and have looked after you to give you that care as a baby. But it's like the direct family, kind of non-existent or very distant. Maybe for some, I feel like, even though this is a fun reading, I feel like they probably have just left. They've kind of like gone, okay, we don't need another child, we don't need another mouth to feed, so we're just going to leave. And then you've kind of been put with people that are actually supportive. So it might have been rough at the start. You just needed to be patient. You've found the right people, and now you've got very meticulous skills. I feel like it's very logical, very neat and tidy, clean, pedantic maybe sometimes, but you have the right people around you. You've got your own passions that you want to do in this life as well. So near the end of the 5 years, you're getting into who you are, understanding your abilities, understanding your skills. So very interesting read. Pile number 3, was it? Yes, pile number 3. So thank you very much for being here. So this is your reading. Very interesting start to your life, with the Queen of Swords being the one you picked. But I do feel like it's actually worked out quite great in the end. Maybe it was almost a hidden blessing these parents weren't around, because I just don't feel like they were the kind of people that should raise children, or were just not the right people to actually look after you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, I will be bringing out more in regards to this kind of reading. There'll be more pick-a-piles to see which path you want to take. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to make sure you don't miss a video, subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Hi, pile number 4. So you have chosen the Devil. Very interesting card to pick. So let's have a look at your formative years from 0 to 5. Okay, so the first card here is going to be your destiny for the first 5 years and kind of what it's going to look like. That's right, you did get extra cards. So these are going to be your statistics or your base stats. And this is going to be your family life, your upbringing. Okay, so we've got the Ascended Masters with devoted spirits with specific intentions. Interesting. Straight away, I felt like you're not really born into like a traditional family. And also, I flipped this one first without doing this one, so I feel like I needed to see this one first. It's like you're raised by almost a group of people. We'll see what they look like. I'm kind of hearing cult, like a cult group. You're kind of like blessed into a cult group, but it could also be just any kind of group setting. We'll see how we go. You also have possibilities. This is interesting because can you see there's like a person here and then there's like this dark shadow in the back. This is an interesting one. We also have forbidden on this side. No way. I feel like you are some interesting being. Maybe you have multiple kind of like, I don't want to say souls, but maybe soul fragments. Your soul is created from multiple beings or multiple souls. Maybe not so great. Maybe not bad, but powerful. Definitely powerful. Okay, so interesting kind of family life. Oof, okay. So you've got purification. This is your destiny for these first 5 years. It's like a choice. Will you actually be purified to get out of this? Maybe they believe you're supposed to be purified while you're here. Maybe they know who you are. It's like, I don't want to say the Antichrist, but something similar to that kind of effect. It's like they believe you're here to either save or destroy the world, if that makes sense. All right, let's have a look at your statistics. So very, very interesting kind of reading. Also the circle, it's like cycles. Maybe you have like this kind of birth has been happened before and certain things have gone a particular way to reach a conclusion. So you're going through cycles, like you've done this before, and they're trying to get you to a different cycle. We'll have a look. So your statistics, we've got the moon card, hugely intuitional. Fear, but the offset, like low self-esteem, let's say, skills, but very high intuitive psychic abilities. So it's like you've gone back on one skill, all the way to the negative even, and then so you could power up one skill really high, like psychic ability or intuition, something like that, something interesting. But then the payoff was like a huge amount of scared of everything, scared of your own shadow. Okay. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, enjoying fruits of your labor. I do feel like you were born into like a decently sized family structure. It's like an interesting family. I just see like all sorts of like good, neutral, maybe shady, maybe what we would call bad, but it's not. It's like bad. It's just maybe they don't do things how we would expect people to in a just way. It's kind of dangerous or out of the ordinary. But yeah, I do see with here, buying yourself something special, you kind of got a lot of support in so many ways, so many like light, so many dark, so many neutral, just so many beings around to help you through all this. But you've got something within you that either is being contained or will eventually be released, so that's interesting. You also have the Eight of Wands. I feel like this is just high speed, high attack stats, high focus, high precision, high stats and that kind of thing. So if you were like using, when you get older, obviously, using like a projectile weapon, that's going to help with this. You're already going to have those base stats. Um, Personality is interesting. I feel like you're kind of fearful. It's like you've lowered fear and then high, like the anger that kind of plays into anger and calamity, kind of destruction baby, that kind of feeling. I know it's not like a baby that's going to be destructive, but that's kind of how it's feeling. Or and then you've got justice 11 as well. 11 is standing out as like a clear angel number as well. So I don't know if you are like this potentially dark or light being, but your formative years are going to depend on how you grow and how you evolve in the future. So, very interesting reading, I will say, with these piles. I do want to say though that these formative years are super important to what kind of child, what kind of teenager, what kind of adult you will be. But you've got a whole lot of support, but I don't know if all the support, just because there's a lot, it's like having 100 parents. It's a lot to get little bits from. Sometimes it might be better to have, I'm not saying have two is the best. I'm just saying maybe like less than 100, let's say 100 people being in your life is better because it's just too many. But certain things you're going to learn lots of little things from everyone. Maybe they all have set goals of what they're going to teach you, but they also have all set agendas for themselves. So whether they are really there for your highest good, or if they're there to manipulate or control or steal some kind of energy, but this whole start is going to be up to you. It's like either light or dark. Where will you go? Everything else is balanced. All your other skills, I feel like it's like good abundance, high psychic abilities or magic abilities, but very low fear, like low mental state, let's say, emotional state, so that it's like quick to fear, quick to anger, quick to whatever, quick to like high emotion, quick high, quick low, that kind of thing. So it can be temperamental. But high speed stat, high precision, high precision, that kind of thing. Just even in the start of your life, it's like very interesting creature that you are, which is a baby, but it's like very interesting starts to life. So that is what I see for you, pile number 4. I know it was a bit wordy, but I could see just certain things coming through. So it was very interesting that they were still showing these. So let me know if you enjoyed this. Feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And I will be doing more videos like this. So we will go through, we'll see how I decide, but we've obviously done baby, and then we're going to do like early years, so child, teenage, adult, and then young adult, adult, and then elder, and then we'll review the life, maybe something like that. But it's going to be Pickacard, so you can mix and match and then make your own story, essentially. But thank you for being here. Have a good night, and I will see you in the next video.